Greetings, footbikers! Welcome to our Footbike Express assembly assistance video. As you probably already know, we specified the fixed stem. This fixed stem on our Footbike Express, 1.8" threadless fork and headset. The threadless fixed stem is different than our adjustable stem that we offer on our street and track model. This gives you a few options for adjusting height on your premium model. But that's not what we're working on. We're working on our Footbike Express today. So far what we've done is we've just taken off this clamp. This is the front of the stem clamp right here. We've taken it off the front, and now we're going to set our handlebar within the stem and fasten on this clamp. Using a number 6 Allen key, you want to tighten these two clamp bolts evenly at hand strength. If you over tighten these, you will strip this stem. If you strip the stem, then you're going to be going down to your local bike shop to get a new one to replace the one that's been stripped out. Tighten these evenly until your handlebar is snug and you're good to go. Next, we're going to do a couple of the hot brake tips that you like to see. These brakes are just like our street and track model brakes. The component quality is one grade lower, but they operate the same. We'll go through it so you can get a couple of those tips on putting your brakes together. Alright, for those of you that recall, this brake cable, the front brake cable comes in a box, accessory box inside your foot bike box. All of our brakes have a slotted area right below them, right below the handle, right here, that allows you to install your brake cable into this larger hole here where the lever clamp is at, the lever holder, the cable holder. Pick a name, and then by sliding these barrel adjusters, turning them, it fixes the cable into place, so you're ready to go for the brake cable installation. Do this for the front and the rear, and we will go on to a simple brake adjustment to help you get rolling right away. For those of you that wonder what these screws are on the inside of the handle, as well as on our street and track brakes, it's a little Allen nut, but on this particular screw, if you screw that in, if you take this screw and you screw it in, it will shorten the reach on the handle lever, on the brake lever. So if you have a little one that's going to be riding the Express model and you want their fingers to be able to reach the brakes, you screw that in, you screw the screw in first, and this will bring this handle back to a position where smaller fingers can reach it. Okay, we've assembled the front wheel and the front fender. The key to a proper brake adjustment is making sure that front wheel is installed properly. And now we're going to spin these brake pads using our number 5 millimeter hex wrench. We're going to loosen the brake pads so we can spin them around and get them ready to touch just the rim of the wheel. We're going to take our free hand and we're going to press this brake lever and set that pad right against the rim and hold it with our free hand. The rim is held directly against the brake pad. Don't touch the tire with the brake pad or you'll blow out the sidewall of your tire. The pad touches just the rim. Take your number 5 and tighten it down. As you're tightening, hand tight, make sure this pad doesn't spin. If it starts to spin, just make sure that it stays in place. That pad spinning potentially will bring it into contact with the tire, and you don't want that. The brake pad is now fixed, it's tight, and it's hitting just the rim. I'm going to do the other side, and then we'll get started on the brake attachment. Okay, we're ready to go. Now, as you recall, we've already put in our brake cable. We've retrieved two parts out of the parts box. The noodle, which is here, and this little rubber gasket, which helps keep some of the crud out. What we're going to do is take this noodle and we're going to thread it over this cable end, just like this, all the way through to the other side. And then take our gasket, and that's going to slide over the cable as well and seat right about there. Now, before we move any further, what we want to do is make sure, following your finger up to the top of this cable, this barrel adjuster, you want to back that out about halfway. Pull it away from the lever by unthreading it about halfway. This is a key to making sure we're able to adjust our brakes properly. Once you've got your noodle and your gasket on there, what we're going to do now is take the end of this cable and we're going to thread it through this little part of the brake arm right here behind this number 5 nut, which you can see right here. Next, we're going to take the opposite side of the brake lever, the brake arm, and feed it into this bracket right here. You can almost see. Now here's what we're shooting for. I've threaded this cable behind this nut, this number 5. The noodle is resting in this stirrup right here, this bracket. With my hand, I'm going to squeeze the levers to the rim, and then take my number 5 and tighten that, clamp down that cable until everything stays in place. Right now, the levers, everything is fastened in such a way that I can't actually pull the lever. What we want to do at this point is take this adjuster right here, cable adjuster, and screw it back into the lever. It pulls the tension out of the cable and allows us a near perfect brake setup. Next, a quick adjustment on what you already see happening right here. You can see this cable here, this brake arm right here, moving quicker than the one on the left. The way to even out the arms, the brake arms and the pads touching the rim, is to take a Phillips screwdriver, find the screw right here on the brake arm that's lagging behind. So while we're moving the lever, we're going to twist this screw a little bit, tighten that spring, and you'll see the levers, the brake arms, and the pads hitting the wheel at the same time. Just like so. Voila. Don't forget the essential piece to making sure that your cables do not become frayed, and that's to put that little cable clamp right over the end of the cable, give it a squeeze, and your cables will not come undone. That's it, folks. Not much more to the assembly of your Footbike Express. The only thing left is to go out and just kick it.